So I totally had to pause because there was some interesting shit that happened. And the universe really doesn't want to prove it to people. Like, the truth is, the craziest shit I've ever seen and the craziest shit that's ever happened on this planet never was recorded, and it just can't be. It just can't be. It's not allowed to be. Sorry. There's things that are aware in play that move the pieces on the board, and they know when you set a fucking camera up. They know that shit. They're not dumb. They'll let you see it because you believe it. But man, I get some video proof out here, some shit unbelievable. I mean, like, come on. And I mean, the truth is, yeah, somebody can watch it and they just don't believe it anyway. So therefore I was allowed to record it because, but yeah, anyway, I've seen shit. I mean, even if I recorded it would just not filter the same. Anyway, I just watched these dogs the other day. I walked the same way and these two dogs were howling at me and the neighbor was outside looking at me. I didn't care. I just went, oh, back, displayed my dominance. There they are. Love you too. And then today I walked back there. That was a few days ago. But I walked there, I took a piss, and I looked at them. They're both staring at me at the hill, calm as fuck and very chill. And I'm like, there you go. You have been placed. Bow! Taurus. Oh, wow. I see Taurus, then I see a dollar sign on the ground. Come on. Oh, money, money, money. Anyway, back into my video on Taurus, Scorpio. All right, so they're possessive. Taurus is a possessive sign. Examples. Let's say they get in a relationship. They're a fixed sign. Let me just talk free flow. Hey, I'll stop restricting myself. Jesus. All right, some things about Taurus that I happen to know. Well, as you heard, they're stubborn. So the negative side of this, obviously, is pretty much the only thing anybody ever sees it as, even though your gifts are your curses. So your gifts are your curses. So every time you ever hear anything negative about a sign, just know that you should also be thinking, what's the positive to that? Because if you have a positive outlook, you'll realize in the whole world, there's a yin to yang to every goddamn thing, and everything's true. The bad is bad, and good is good. And I'm going to put more energy into the bad, because I think negatively. Dollar sign. Yeah, not good for you. So anyway, obviously. anyway. So, Taurus is stubborn. Example in my life, I wanted to go to see a movie in Los Angeles, California, and I lived in Warrenton, Missouri. I was living out here at the time. I actually wasn't living out here, but I came out here to my mom's because my tax money was in the mail, and I waited nearby because I already bought the movie ticket to go to LA. So in my mind, I'm thinking, all right, because I got air and earth in my chart, so I'm thinking and being practical about how to do it. And I'm thinking, all right, so I'm going to get this money and I'm going to put it in gas. I'm going to go get stuff, you know, stings, all this shit, and we're going to go leave. But I didn't even think all that. I was really just thinking, I need this money or else I can't make it to California. So I waited and the mailman came by. And when the mailman came by, he has to go up and down my street in order to come back to my street. But I wasn't waiting for it because I looked at the time of how far on Google Maps, and I'd have to drive straight fucking there to make it on time to see the movie in LA. Literally, like, I couldn't even stop the car. We'd have to drive nonstop towards LA in 26 hours just to make it in time to watch the movie. So I wasn't even gonna wait for this asshole to take 30 minutes to get back to me. No, I stopped him off. I said, hello, sir, and blah, blah, blah. I need to know if I have a letter, blah, 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 to this address. And he looks and he's like, I don't got nothing with taxes in it. I'm sorry, kid. And I sat there and I'm stubborn, right? I'm a Taurus. This is where the gift of being so gosh damn stubborn comes in. So on my mind, I'm like, okay, no practical way, which is anti-earth, of getting here. I have no way to do it. Most earth signs would fail here because they didn't pick up on follow your feelings. My feelings told me I need to make it to California, that this is important. But I had no logical, reasonable explanation on how I could possibly make it there. I had no money. I had $10 and one line above E on my Toyota Camry tank. And I said, fuck it, I'm going. And I said, I'm going. I said bye to my mom. My girlfriend was with me, Sakara. And she was an Aries Sun Aquarius moon, so she's air and fire, so she's definitely down for an adventure, though she wouldn't have been ballsy enough to just do it. She had no logic to do so. But, you know, she's like, if she was an Earth Sun like me, but wasn't as highly raised vibrationally, yeah, she probably wouldn't have done it. Because she'd be like, there's no way we would make it. We'll get stuck in the desert and die, you know? Logic. No logic. We just doing it. Woo, adventure. Aries. You gotta love the Aries for that. I was just like, they don't care. Like, that's an example. She threw herself out there in a situation where if she really thought about it, she could have died in the desert with me like a dumbass. But she trusted in me. And she didn't think about it, she's feeling it, and she went for it. So anyway, but it was funny because like when I went and left, everything worked out because she was hitting up a friend and I'm like, okay, we're gonna go. I got 10 bucks. I don't care how this happens, but I don't care if I have to ditch, like, what are you willing to give up, right? That's what I've been teaching. What are you willing to give up to get what you want? So I was like, all right, well, I don't care if I have to ditch my goddamn car. I'm making it to California. So we got, I forgot to grab pillows, which I really wish I did. But we went to her house and grabbed blankets and canned food, and her dad pulled up, and Sakara's like, he's like, where are you guys going? And Sakara's like, oh, we were just gonna go stay at a friend's. And I looked him straight in the eye. I said, I'm going to California, and I don't care if Sakara comes with me or not. And he looked at me and was like, whew, oh, that was intense. Scorpio, my opposite. Like, I just threw straight intensity at this guy. I was like, I'm going, that's my stubborn wall. People pick up on it when I say some shit. They feel out how I just said that and they go, ooh, yeah, you can't change his mind. Like, that is a huge advantage of Taurus, right? Like, that's, oh, any fixed sign, they kind of have that power. So for me, I was like, blah, blah, blah. Other guy hears my words. He goes, I can't change this guy. Oh, this dude is doing it. He is doing it. So that's what I did. I like told him, I'm going to California. I said that. He looks, Scar's all like, oh shit, where's this going to play out? He's all like, well, have a good one. And I was like, don't care. I'm going either way. What you going to do, stop me? So I get in the car. I drive. A person in town in St. Clair happened to throw money to us and fill up my gas tank because she thought it was so crazy we were gonna go. And then I left and I made it all the way to Kansas somewhere, and just so happens Sakara has a brother out there who was so blown away that we were doing this crazy adventure. 6 and 8, that's mine, her numbers as well. Not mentioning the other. Anyway, so the point is, yeah, we fucking got all the way to New Mexico and then I got stuck and then needed to ask for help, but I did whatever it took to get there and I made it there in time. The government canceled the movie, and I was very mad that I drove all the way across the country and risked everything and all my money and tax money just to get my fucking Camry there. But I wasn't so mad because I learned a valuable lesson and I slept on Long Beach, California in a tent that night. Yeah, it was really cool. But anyway, that's one of the things about being Taurus, is I'm stubborn. You could look at that both ways. I am very happy I went through that experience, but another way you could have looked at it if you were negative was you were so stubborn that you did all this shit and it didn't even benefit you, and you just dug further in the grave and you spent all your money. No. That is a negative sign you will see in Tauruses. But that's not really how it played out. My feelings really did tell me, and I had no logic to do it, which is kind of a key sign that this is something you should do. When there's like, I need to go to the store, but someone's telling me to go this way, but that has nothing to do with anything. Go down that way. Jesus Christ. Almost throw the store idea out of your head. I don't care if you come home and your mom bitches like, you're supposed to go out and get food. I'm talking here. Hey. Thank you. Sorry. I love dogs, but I don't know why, but I have to. I feel like there's something about it. It's another living being. It's coming at me. It's confronting me, and I don't care. You can all walk down the street and get barked at and look your head down. I'm gonna bark back. Fuck you. I do it with people. I'll do it with animals. I ain't fucking hitting the little bastard, so you're allowed. I should be allowed. I love it when they shut the fuck up for a second, like they're listening. I scream at the dogs. They're like, ooh. They're like, oh. Thank you. Oh shit. Another negative side of Taurus is my stepdad's a Taurus, and he moved into his house about 3 or 4 years ago, or 5 years ago, and to this day, besides his bed and TV and dishes, all his stuff, all his other stuff, like 50 boxes of all his stuff is lining the walls because he never unpacked them because he's a lazy Taurus. And he's in a rut. A routine is a rut that you don't like. A good rut is a good routine. So the negative side of being a Taurus is you get stuck in a rut. This dude is so stuck in a rut that I literally, when I was living at his house for a while there, I would walk, and he has a small house, but I would walk on the carpet. He has a path to the couch, around his table, and then you can go to the kitchen, or you can go to the bathroom. But I didn't do that. I backed it up, and I went this way. And immediately dust started coming out of the carpet and flying in the air because he literally had an actual rut of where he walked every day for years. That is a Taurus in the negative. Like, this motherfucker literally walked in the same V8 pattern for years. Years. Never did he walk outside of it. Like, come on. Do you know how insane that sounds? Imagine like 3/4 of your little ass apartment that you've never walked in. Like, come on, that is so crazy. That is Taurus. That is stuck. That's Taurus. Another example of that in a good way is like every day, I pound my hands on fucking, now I didn't do so many last night, but almost every day. I have a very good pattern of this. I either usually pick up a staff or I pound my hands on bags of sand and shit like this. Like, yeah, I did do it yesterday. Fuck you, I did. I remember I stopped at a place and I did that about 200-300 times. Sometimes I do it 2,000 to 3,000 times a day. So one day I'm gonna be breaking fucking bricks with my bare hands. Guaranteed fact, bro. Guaranteed fact. Keep watching my channel. Can't wait, because it's gonna be on my channel one day. I'm gonna be breaking a brick. I'm gonna break one with the backhand, palm, backhand, palm, and then the chops too. I wanna break a brick with the side chops. I don't care about punches. I'm not a punching guy. I'm an open palm fighter. It's gonna happen. But because I know it. Like, first off, I got a lot of earth in me. So we be doing shit with duration and durability. Example, like I got a flute. If an Aries or somebody else were to pick up my flute and they bought a flute in the mail, what would probably happen is they'd buy it and then they'd play it and then they'd have, oh, there's a booklet, let's read everything in the booklet. Let's read everything in the booklet, the whole booklet. And then watch the DVD, there's the whole DVD. We're gonna watch the whole DVD. These are all the notes, flutes, and then they're done. And they put it down and then they don't fuck with it no more. And I'm over here like, I've had it for like 3 weeks or something and I've never read the booklet or watched the DVD. But I pick it up every day. I pick it up every day. You know, I take my time, I savor it, and I keep it enjoyable. There is a dark side of that, blah, blah, blah. Just like the Aries. The positive side of an Aries is, if they actually complete things, they complete them very quickly, and they got other things to move on to and be a very diverse, know what to do in these situations kind of guy. A jack of all trades and a master of none is kind of Aries. Yeah, they could be a really good jack of all trades and be that master. You should master something, but it's easier for an earth sign to master something because that's just what they do. Unfortunately, you can master a good habit or a bad habit. I don't really have a lot to say on Scorpio because I keep feeling only negative things popping up. I haven't had a lot of positive experiences with Scorpios. I had some of the best friends that were Scorpios. And there is some positive things about them. They're some of the most, for instance, Taurus and Scorpio and the Cancer and Capricorn dualities are the money-making signs. Out of those, all the 12, those are the 4 that make the most money because they just kind of have that power to do so. Now, with that said, you look at Judge Judy, who makes all this money. She's a Libra Pisces, so don't get it caught in your head. You can have me or do anything and everything you want. But certain signs, it's just easier for them to do that. Example, Scorpio and Taurus are more possessive. Capricorn builds up and is the boss and works towards goals. Cancer has such a inclination for housing and security to shelter itself that it needs money. It'll actually even prioritize that in a relationship. It's like, I'm not going to live with you if you're going to make me homeless and not have a home. Cancer sign hate that shit. She needs a nice home. He needs a nice home. Cancers need a nice home. They need to be comfortable. So therefore, they have a very big incentive. If it's out of fear, they'll lose it. But if they have, but it's such a big incentive to look away from what you don't want, which is being homeless, and looking at what you want, which is I want a nice home. You see what I'm saying? Taurus wants foundation. It wants to build. It wants, and not like Capricorn, it builds. But when Taurus does something, it's built. And to describe the 3 earth signs, a Taurus will build a building. Virgo will see the flaws in the building and make it better. And a Capricorn will run the building. That Capricorn will be in charge of who does what and where goes what. You do this and you do that. Capricorns are bossy as fuck. As I said, earth signs see people as objects. That's why Capricorn's the boss. They're the boss. They're the boss. I'll talk about them later. I love Capricorns. I get along with earth signs. I'm an earth sign. I kind of understand how they think. Like I got you know how many Capricorn bosses I've dealt with? I have one at, I know this is about whatever, but I just go off the handle. You know I do. And I deal with it. You get my secret knowledge, but it's not an order, so deal with it. But anyway, I had a Capricorn boss. And I remember she was like talking one day, we were in Burger King, and there was a bunch of Tauruses. I realized a lot of my coworkers were Tauruses. So I'm like, literally, I started like Earth, Pisces, Cancer, Earth. It was so funny. They're all Tauruses. And I'm a little on the cusp, so I'm a little more quick to temper, like Aries. I'm a little more quick to action. I'm a little more like, ooh, fuck you, you know? So, a lot like the other earth sign, and I got a lot of other placements that make that happen. So, unlike a lot of these other Tauruses with completely different placements, their energy was more like, oh, I'm just gonna get abused until one day I snap and kill everybody, or whatever. But, you know, they're just sitting there getting yelled at, and I'm like, I don't do that no more. I learned that that's horrible. I do horrible things if I do that, So what I do is I just snap when I feel it, and I realize I have to really push that rock out of the way to do it. But no, straight up, this Capricorn boss is like, yelling at somebody. I said, miss, and then she like looked away, like looked right, like that, looked right past me, started talking shit to somebody else, telling them to get the fucking work. What are you doing with these dishes? What is with these dishes? Look at all these smudges on these dishes. I told you to do these dishes last night. Hey, what are you doing over there? No. I said put it on the top rack, at the bottom rack. And I kept coming in like, hello, hey, wait. And eventually, she was looking around. I got sick and tired. I said, hey, you lady, right here, right in front of me. Like, and she was like, whoa. I was like, yeah, I'm right here. I'm trying to ask you a fucking question. And I started attacking her. I got sick and tired of it. I hit her with the earth, dude, because that's how earth signs respond. And I used the voice. But earth signs understand that too. They really do. Earth signs kind of, it's not even the voice. It's just an earth sign knows when somebody is going to actually do something. And a water sign, since they're attached to earth signs, the first thing that happens before an earth sign does something is they feel and make a decision to do it. A decision is success is a decision away, as I always say. So is failure. But if you're positive, a decision's right there. A bad decision's a bad decision. A good decision's a good decision. But the instant you make a decision, the moment that internal mechanism, that's what a decision is, an internal thing. It's an internal thing. The instant that happens, everything outside of you changes. The entire world, the universe, everything. To the degree of what you just decided. When you decide I'm going to quit smoking, guarantee you might have to deal with a bunch of people that decide to walk down your street smoking cigarettes now. That weren't there before. Because you decided to quit smoking. And you're being pulled back to smoking. But you made that decision, so everything's gonna start coming in. That's literally how it works. So I made the decision in my head. I do it all the time. That's the power of it. It ain't even like I have to actually do it, and that's why Tauruses are master manifestors. Because an air sign can't make a decision, but they see all the options. But an earth sign will see a decision, and if they make that decision, everything changes. Because for them, like a Libra be like, I think I'll quit smoking. Or a Libra be like, I think I'm gonna go to the store and buy this. And they might be so indecisive all the way over there that all the people and places and things that were supposed to meet with them when they got there were also being indecisive on, do I stay or should I go? But a Taurus be like, I'm going there, I'm going to California, like I did, and you get there and it all works out. Even though it failed in that sense of the way, there was already people, because they could, and every part of that story that I said, really were like, I could tell, like, you are going, so I'm gonna fill up your gas tank. If I said, well, I'm thinking about going to Cali, but I don't know, I might just drive a little bit out there, or when I run out of gas, I might stop. If I said some shit like that, nobody was gonna give me gas. You kidding me? You know what I'm saying? So like, I made a decision. Earth rules the mental. It's a mental thing. It's left brain, just like air. So a good way to imagine Earth is imagine blocks. They really can pick up mental blocks in their head and place them where they want. Sometimes they place them where they think they want, which leads to their demise because they can't see through it. They put a block and say, this can't be the girl for me, or they'll be like, this is the girl I want. And this might be happening to me soon when I leave to Scotland. I don't know. I just know I have to go to Scotland. I thought I had to go to California to watch this movie, and that played out where I didn't. But it all worked out in a way where I've really appreciated it and wouldn't change it for the world. Therefore, I'm going to Scotland. I don't even care if there's a girl up there for me. It doesn't matter. I have to go to Scotland. I just know that. How many far? It could shut off any minute. But no, Earth rules, Taurus rules that mental ability to place a brick down. And it's real. Your inner world affects your outer world. So therefore, the reason why earth signs rule the physical world, and it's a yin, left brain earth sign, it's yin to the outer. I said the left side is yang, right side is yin. Air and fire, or fire and water are yin signs, they feel. But fire is a yang element. It's expressing outwards. Water and earth are yin elements. Fire and air are yang. You talk, you express it outwards. You fire, you look at me, I'm a Leo. Aries, punch you right in the face. Scorpio, they walk around, you can't tell the intensity. There's intensity because it's not explained, it's inside. So you can pick up on it and you're like, whoa. And an earth sign's physical. Like, you can't tell that we're enjoying sexually just touching this metal. Like, oh. Oh, I love that. I can sit here all day and touch shit. That's an internal system. So we're yin to the yang. We got yin. Earth is a yin yang sign. You can say air is a yang yang sign. You know what I'm saying? It's outside left brain communication and it's talking. So with Earth, the reason why they rule the outer world so well is because they have actually a pretty good inner world understanding, and it's fixed. So I'm fixated on how I am, which is inner. Fixed is an inner position. Cardinal's an outer position. Mutable somewhere in between. So I will say, the cool thing about being a fucking Taurus, and I can't do too much Scorpio. I guess I'll do another video on Scorpio when I'm a little more in the zone, but nothing's coming to my head to talk about Scorpio, so I can't. Because then I'll just be talking out my ass. But the cool thing about being a Taurus is when you say you're going to do something, they do it. And when they do make a decision, the truth is, depending on the rest of their placements, usually they actually thought about it. And it takes a long time. Like, a lot of times you walk up to a Taurus and you'd be like, blah, 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 clean your room, do this thing. And they'll be like, fuck you. And you will feel it. You'll be like, this person's not going to do shit. And they're a waste of time, and you walk away. When you walked away is when they're really debating it. They ain't going to change their decision while you looking at them and shit, thinking like, change for me, bitch. It ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen. That Taurus got to walk away, do what they got to do, eat some food because they're hangry, go take a nap, wake up, reset. They got to go do something. They got to think about it for a while. They got to think about it for a while. They got to ponder upon it. They just got to let it sit and sink. That big dog. He keeps looking over. Hello. Anyway, yeah, they got to sit and think about it. They're going to just fucking decide right here when you're screaming out and shit. They definitely ain't moving. If anything, a positive Taurus, a negative Taurus gets mad as fuck when people try to change them. And that is why Tauruses don't try to change people. But ironically, the irony and the fucking hypocrisy that lives in this world is because of yin yang. A Taurus on the negative side will try to manipulate you. They'll be in a relationship where they should just break up with you, but they don't want to get out of it because they stay committed. And people go, oh, that's so cute. They stay committed. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. The Taurus to stay committed in a relationship, sometimes they've been manipulating you and bending you to their will to form you into the perfect person for them and like destroy your fucking soul and not have any life where you're trying to live. They just warping you for their own benefits. They'll do that. The Taurus will do that. They'll warp you for their own benefits. It's really horrible when they do that. A good Taurus would just manifest the right person anyway and wouldn't have to do all that. Because they're like, they understand they just have anything they want. So they wouldn't have to do all that. I gotta make it to work. Probably gonna be late. I guess I'm gonna do a part 2 on this part 2, so it'll be a part 3. I love you guys. I'll talk to you later.